All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on a true unsung hero in your home. It's a component that works 24/7, is almost always ignored, right up until that moment it fails and, well, chaos ensues.
So, take a guess. What do you think is the most overlooked yet totally essential part of your house? It's not the roof, it's not the furnace, it's something way smaller. But trust me, its failure can cause just as big a headache. Got any ideas?
Yup, you guessed it, or maybe you didn't. It's the floor drain, the humble floor drain. It's so easy to forget it even exists, just sitting there quietly in the corner of your basement, laundry room, or garage. But that little grate, it's holding the line against some pretty serious trouble. So, let's dive into why this unsung hero is such a massive deal for your home's health and safety, because it is so much more than just a simple hole in the floor. I love how our source material describes it, the quiet backbone of your building. Its whole job is simple, but absolutely vital. Get rid of excess water. Without it, something like a leaky water heater or a flash flood could become a full-blown disaster, leading to water damage, mold, you get the picture. It's a huge mess. You know, every floor drain really stands at a fork in the road. If you go down one path, the path of neglect, you're looking at foul odors creeping up from the sewer, potential water damage, and those frantic, expensive emergency calls to a plumber. But if you take the other path, all it takes is a little maintenance, and you get fresh air, a safe, dry home, and a plumbing system that's going to last a whole lot longer. But here's the best part. Taking that good path, it's super easy. So let's walk through a really quick 6-step check you can do yourself. This is the routine that keeps that drain happy and your home healthy. All right, first things first, the basics. Just look at the grate. Is it covered in leaves, hair, or just general gunk? Sweep that stuff away. If you can, pop the grate off and clean out the little trap area right underneath it. Then, and this is super important, you got to check the water seal. Okay, let's pause for a second and talk about the secret weapon here, the trap seal. You know that U-shaped bend in the pipe? It's designed specifically to hold a little bit of water, and that water acts like a bouncer at a club, physically blocking all the nasty sewer gases from coming up and stinking up your house. If that water evaporates, well, the party's over and the door is wide open for those foul odors. Okay, ready for the final 3 checks? Let's do it. Fourth, test its performance. Just pour a bucket of water down the drain. Does it go down quickly? Do you smell anything funky? Fifth, give the floor around the drain a quick look. See any cracks or gaps where water could be seeping in? And finally, step 6 might be the most important of all. Pull out your phone and set a reminder to do this all over again in a few months. Consistency is everything. All right, so you're pumped, you're ready to tackle this, but what do you actually need, and how do you make sure you're doing it safely? It's probably a lot simpler than you're thinking. And look, you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of fancy equipment. We're talking a pair of gloves, a stiff brush, a bucket, and some kind of mild cleaner. Now please, listen to this next part. It's the single most important safety rule. Never, ever, ever mix different chemical cleaners. The reaction can create toxic gases, and that is way more dangerous than any clog.
So the big question is, how often do you actually need to do this? Well, it kind of depends. If you've got a drain in a high-traffic area, say a workshop or one that gets hit with a lot of rain, you'll want to do this check monthly. But for most of us, in a typical home setting, checking it quarterly, so about once a season, is perfect to keep everything flowing just right.
Look, this little routine is a powerhouse for preventing problems, but it's not a magic bullet. If you've cleaned the drain and it's still draining slow, or if you hear gurgling sounds, or you still smell something off even with a full water seal, that's your sign. It's time to put down the tools and call a licensed plumber. They can figure out if there's a deeper issue going on.
So, after all this, what's the big reward? Why bother? Honestly, it's something you can't buy. Pure, simple peace of mind. There's a quote from the source that just nails it perfectly. It says, "A small investment in time now can save costly mitigation later." And it's so true. Think about it. Spending maybe 15 minutes now saves you from potentially spending hundreds, maybe even thousands, on water damage repairs and emergency plumber visits down the road. It's a no-brainer. And hey, there's another benefit you can't even see, but you'll definitely feel it. By keeping that trap seal full and the drain clean, you are actively improving the quality of the air you and your family breathe every single day. That's a huge win for a tiny bit of effort. So there you have it. You've now got the skills to protect one of your home's most important invisible systems.
It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other unsung heroes are working silently around you, just waiting for a little bit of attention? Thanks for tuning in.